Hey guys, happy Halloween! So I made a previous video that compared Tim Burton's visual style to German Expressionism, and in this video I'm going to talk about his director trademarks and what makes him the perfect subject for my Halloween video. Enjoy! Tim Burton has an easily identifiable visual style. Almost all of his films revel in Gothic imagery. From the costumes of the characters to the structure of the sets, these elements are sculpted in an exaggerated, almost cartoonish way. In Burton's Batman, the gloomy industrial streets of Gotham are strewn with ornate details. In his later films, Burton uses CGI to expand the impact of his visuals even more. Alice in Wonderland features multiple characters generated by CGI so that their proportions are exaggerated to emphasize their Gothic style. But not all of Burton's films are dark and menacing. In Beetlejuice, when the house is shown in the daylight, it is bright white and seems inviting. And in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Edward Scissorhands, the visual elements for most of the film are bright and colorful. Not only are Burton's films Gothic in style, but in theme as well, such as the focus on the darker aspects of humanity, such as loneliness, revenge, and death. Tim Burton grew up thinking he was an outcast himself, and had an inverse relationship to his surroundings. Where he grew up in Burbank, California, it was sunny and benign, but Burton was moody and interested in the dark and the macabre. Even when he started his career as an animator, Burton described to Vanity Fair in 2014 that he and his co-animators in the Cal Arts program at Disney were a collection of outcasts. Nearly all of Burton's films focus on a main character who is some sort of outsider from society. Furthermore, his central characters are usually very strange and eccentric. Edward Scissorhands is probably the most significant example. He is mysterious and is seen as strange due to his large blades instead of hands. In this film, you can clearly see that Edward is very reminiscent of Tim himself, and his dark, otherworldly castle is his imaginative mind. And when he's taken out of the castle, he is out of his element in the bright suburban town. Burton also uses flashbacks to show the audience how these characters ended up as strange as they are. Along with the eccentric outcasts, Tim Burton's other character trademarks include the blonde ingenue, the rebellious young lady, the witch, and the monster. The theme of death is consistent in Tim Burton's films, but it isn't used the same way every time. In Beetlejuice, Adam and Barbara learn to cope with their deaths and use their supernatural abilities to help the living. In Frankenweenie, Victor attempts to revive his beloved dog Sparky and successfully raises him from the dead. Emily in Corpse Bride brings Victor to the afterlife when he unknowingly marries her, but in the end she lets Victor go and finds peace. And in his other films, death is part of a revenge plot. Sleepy Hollow involves the legendary Headless Horseman who murders the townspeople because someone had taken his decapitated head from his grave. And in Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street, Sweeney murders his clients whilst waiting to ultimately kill Judge Turpin, who took him away from his wife and child and jailed him. Tim Burton's films are fun and quirky, but they are also dark and grim. And although his style is very distinct, his films have a variety of tones, like Beetlejuice, Sweeney Todd, and Big Eyes are all very different films, but they are all very Birdman-esque. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my 3 October videos where I dressed up like a movie character. So, for next month, if anybody has a film-related topic they want me to cover, please comment. And if you like this video, why don't you give it a thumbs up? That would be great. And if you like my content, please subscribe. Okay guys, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Bye! So I've made a previous video that compared Tim Burton's. Tim Burton has a very easily identifiable his beloved dog Sparky and successfully, and in his other films, death is part of a revenge plot. So I've made a previous video that compared to... So I've made a previous vid... I'm kicking you out. Come here. It's still going. Okay.